Well, my story probably began in Buffalo, New York, where I was raised in a big Irish Catholic family of 10. We had 5 boys, 5 girls. They're all still alive. They're all doing great. We're all close. My dad was a local GP doctor of the town. My mom raised us really strict. I was a bit of a rebel, middle child. I think it's helped me in my investing career, being a contrary thinker, always questioning authority. And then after high school, I went to college in Georgetown, and I loved politics and history, but I never really wanted to get a real job after college. It was just not the thing to do. I wanted to travel or go skiing, and so as soon as I graduated, I started traveling and quickly got out to Colorado, where I was a ski bum for a year. It was a really good snow year. Did about 130 days. It was great. You work in a restaurant at night, you ski during the day. I was lucky. I got a ski pass. This one guy from Boulder had a new technology to broadcast radio onto the Vail Mountains in the early 80s. And so our job was to rent out little Walkman radios with 4 stations. We had like classical and rock and pop. And great thing was that we got our ski pass in December, but the technology couldn't let them get to work until January. So we didn't really have to work too much, but we had our ski pass. And it started snowing pretty heavily in Thanksgiving that year. Be up all night working or partying, and then we'd get up at 6 or 7 to make first chair and just tear up the mountain. We eventually got to know every inch of that mountain over that winter. Eventually, when the clouds did clear and the bluebirds guy came out, you just hit your buddy's elbow and say, can you believe what we're doing here? It's the greatest. There's no other place you'd rather be. But it was a pretty small town, so after that winter, when the mountain shuts down, it was time to move on. And so then I spent another 2 or 3 years traveling around Europe and the States, always working at different jobs. Eventually, I made my way back to Buffalo, where my brothers had started boarded up houses in the city of Buffalo. So they offered me to join them. So I began helping them fixing up houses, renting them out. And I learned a lot about business, about investing, valuation, and after that, started learning more about looking for undervalued assets, and that led me to, in the early 90s, there was a big banking crisis in America, and a lot of banks went under, and so the government took possession of their assets or loans, and I saw a little ad in the Times about an auction for mortgages, and I said, wow, you can bid on mortgages? And so I called up the Resolution Trust Company, and they sent you a package, bunch of papers, 30 or 40 first mortgages on properties in my county, so I could drive around and check the value, look at how much money the person owed, and then I put a bid in like for 50 cents or 40 cents on the dollar for those loans, and lo and behold, the RTC says, yes, you win it. So now wire me the money tomorrow. And so my friend and I, we had to hustle around to get investors. And so we started helping these people refinance their mortgage, and we were able to recapitalize these people, or if they didn't want, they would leave and we'd sell the house. And so I learned a lot about buying securities at big discounts and trying to restructure. So that taught me a lot. But like anything else, eventually the price went up and it wasn't economic to bid on any more of those mortgages. And that was in the mid-90s. My wife, Susan, who's an incredible woman, and I had been married for a few years. We had a young child. We decided to move out to Colorado. I lived out here after college skiing. I loved to ski, loved to chase powder, fell in love with the mountains. As a kid, my parents brought us to Lake Placid. So when Susan was amenable to moving out to Colorado in 2000. I said, let's go. So I moved out here, no job, no house, and just started from scratch, age 40. Saw an ad, I think it was Monster, Edward Jones ad about an advisor, and it just spoke to me. And I've loved investments, been reading the journal since I was 20, every day of my life pretty much. So I love to help people, serve people, and find good investments. And so I went to work in 2000, got my licenses, learned the trade, started getting clients. Eventually have built a really good practice. I've been with some fantastic firms, but times are changing, technology is changing. There's lots of different tools that are out there for advisors for the benefit of their clients. And so I decided that it was time to go independent, to have more freedom, to apply a lot of these investment solutions and try to get a better client experience in this new age. What I most enjoy about working with clients, learning about their story, their biography. And when I talk to clients, I try to learn more about their situation, their liabilities, their risk. Do they have an elderly parent who's sick that they have to be concerned about, their kids, the tax situations? It's like a puzzle, and I love trying to just listen and trying to bring these different solutions that not everybody knows about and trying to incorporate it into a financial plan. I would say the greatest compliment I can get is after a period of time, after a number of years working with the clients may say, Peter, looking back, on the past few years, I'm really glad that we worked together. Looking back, most of my clients I've had for 5 or 10 years, and they've appreciated me being there to help them navigate and make sure that their plan is with the best managers out there and it's on course, that they're not taking too much risk to what they're trying to do.